Welcome to Guitar Wishes. My name is Lee, coming to you once again from the beautiful Guitar Wishes facility here in Lincolnton, North Carolina, with your Guitar Wish of the day. And today, Wednesday, we're going to start something here that we're hopefully going to do every week. We're going to start basses on Wednesday. We're going to call that Papa Bill's Bass Grooves. That's right, Papa Bill's Bass Grooves on Wednesday. Highlighting the basses here. And actually, Papa Bill's Bass Grooves is named after Papa Bill, who is one of our favorites here at the store, really a patriarch of this facility, and just one of our favorites. So we named it the day after him, and we're actually sitting with one of our other favorites today. This is Mr. Robby Buff. We've known each other for a long time, played a lot of music together, and it's really cool to see you sitting here, man. Thanks so much for joining us. You've been playing this Mosrite.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this Mosrite. This is a Mosrite Ventures edition. And this is early 60s. It's actually seen on the cover of the Ventures album, Knock Me Out. Now, it was actually founded by Sammy Mosley, who a lot of people don't know who was a luthier at Rickenbacker. Now, he was fired for having his own design. He designed his own instrument, so they fired him, started his own company with Reverend, I believe it was Ray Boatwright. And now there's a lot of similarities there are between this, and can you point some of those out for us?
Well, one of the similarities is the bridge. Even though this one's hidden under the cover, he kind of took like a Rickenbacker 4000 bridge, but he made it to where it has adjustable saddles. The neck is very close to the 4001, maybe a cross between the 4000 and 4001, narrow neck, and it has the playability like that, plus the tone. He's going with the one pickup here where the Rick had the two. But there, yeah, you can definitely, if you played Ricks, you can pick this one up and you can definitely go, yeah, this is like an old vintage, especially more the vintage, more like a vintage Rick than what you would buy now.
Right, well they actually became very popular, and in '68 he had 107 employees working for him. And he ended up retiring, and his last facility was in Burke County, North Carolina, just right up the road.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so, but you were just talking about Ricks. Let's switch over and let's pick up a Rick here. All right, so cool. So now we're going to play the Rickenbacker, the 4003 that you got through the same Mark bass amp that we were playing the Mosrite through. All right.
Killer. A little bit of long distance run around, which I haven't practiced in, but you kind of get an idea of the Rick tone. You know,
absolutely.
Rick is a Rick.
Oh yeah. Can you explain this this push pull right here? What does this do?
Yeah, there was a capacitor in the 4001s all the way up till they took and replaced the 4001 model with the 4003, and basically it cut the bass response. So you pull it up and you get. Push it back in, now you've got a little bit more bottom end in the 4003 that wasn't in the old vintage 4001s.
Yeah, you really hear that.
Yeah, a little more aggressive.
Absolutely. Right, now, man, that's really cool. So the push-pull here, pull out for vintage and push in for standard, which is a little more bottom end. That's a really cool feature. Now, what else? I can just see. What else are some of the cool features about this? What can you point out to us?
Well, the bridge on a Rickenbacker has a felt mute in it here that can be adjusted. You bring it up, and everybody thinks Rickenbacker, you know, the growl, the stuff that you get with Chris Squire, Geddy Lee. Paul McCartney played a Rick a lot with Wings and on Rubber Soul, and he got that really smooth sound because he was using the mute. You can also run this in stereo. You have your standard output, which just runs mono like any other guitar. Then you have a stereo output that basically splits these pickups so that your bridge pickup goes into one amp and your neck pickup into another, and then you can blend those. You can put effects on the bridge pickup and leave this one standard, and really neat things with that. If you look at the neck, it's a lacquered neck. And that is very unique Rick, and they only use rosewood on the 4000 series basses. Beautiful rosewood, and then when they lacquer, it just kind of makes that pop. Another thing that's unique to the Rick basses is the double truss rod system. And I always come to Guitar Wishes, and the luthier there does all my Rick stuff because it is a thinner neck. That's why they use the double truss rods. And you get in there and start yanking on it, you're going to pop the fretboard. So I would definitely, if you have a Rick, I'd definitely live in the area, bring it here, and let Roger do your adjustments. Because I've been playing a long time, but I don't mess with my Rick.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, that's an incredible instrument. And now, one thing you mentioned a second ago was Geddy Lee, and you know we've known each other a long time. I know you're a big Rush fan,
yes, sir.
And you've had some interaction with Geddy too. And why don't you tell us about that?
I met Geddy in '82 through a manager of our band had worked with bands that had done support with Rush, so he kind of surprised me, and I ended up at Soundcheck in Greensboro. And our band wasn't playing that night, so you know it was a rare opportunity. I got to go actually see another band, and they were sound checking, and Geddy came off, and we were introduced. And Geddy, just being the cool guy he is, he said, "How about doing me a favor?" And I said, "Sure." He said, "Would you walk up and play a couple notes on my bass, which was a black Rick 4001." Going through massive BGW amps and stuff, while he walked around and checked the monitor mixes. But what he did, he just made a kid's day. I mean, that's just the kind of guy he is. So here I am, I'm up here banging around with his
You never
bass.
know, you never know who's looking.
Incredible. But actually, through that connection, you know, we did stay in touch, and more so with his support crew, his keyboard tech I'm friends with on Facebook, the lighting director, who I did get a chance to talk to at the last show in Greensboro, the R40 tour. And got a chance to talk with Howard again, and Howard Ungerleider, and he is a very famous lighting director. If you follow any of the magazines and stuff that go to that, you'll always see an article about Howard in there. But yeah, keeping up with Rush for a long time.
That's cool, man. That's a great story. Geddy's awesome dude, man. Now speaking of Geddy, if we could take this and look at this bass here, Fender Jazz Geddy Lee. I tell you, man, there is absolutely nothing more beautiful than a Fender Jazz, an American Fender Jazz Geddy Lee model with the inlays and the pick guard. That's just an absolutely beautiful instrument. Absolutely.
Would you like to hear a little bit of Geddy Lee?
Go ahead.
I'll give it my best shot.
Go for it, man.
That was rough.
Man, it sounds great. It sounds great. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, Robbie, for coming in and demonstrating these basses for us, giving us a little bit of history about why you play and what got you started in bass. And I'd like to thank all you guys out there in internet land. If you want to know any more about these basses that you've seen today, check out our Facebook page, go to guitarwishes.com, or please be sure and hit that like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Hit that bell, you'll be notified every time new content is uploaded. And I want to give a quick plug to Robbie's band, Red Barchetta. Robbie, thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm honored to be here.
All right, and we thank you guys. See you next time.